Gobble gobble.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, welcome to our 2020 Laughing Place Disney Turkey of the Year stream. This is the first time we've done a video version of this after many years of doing an article. So basically, if you don't know, every year we compile a list of nominees of Disney missteps and other disappointments, and write about them and nominate our Turkey of the Year and then crown a Turkey of the Year. But this is the first time we're doing a stream, so I have some people to join me. So over this way, nope, that way, are Doobie and Rebecca Mosley, the co-founders of laughingplace.com. And to the opposite direction, the way I just pointed, is Jeremiah Good, our Florida correspondent. Down in this corner, nope, that, yeah. I'm going to get this. Is this my first time hosting too? Is my wife, Rebecca, from the other room. And then below me is Cole, who does our Extinct Attractions articles on Laughing Place. And then in the other corner is our CEO, Benji.
It's the shortest introduction. I love that.
I think before we begin, we should address the elephant in the room and wish Cole a very happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Cole.
If I had confetti.
Exactly.
I think for a birthday present, we should get Cole a chair in front of the camera so he doesn't have to sit way back there.
No, I'm sitting on a pillow, so it's okay. Look, I got a pillow.
Okay.
Team pillow.
Nobody's holding a box.
I'm on a pillow also.
Those are pillows.
So we just
I'm gonna watch that later.
I just watched Dolly Parton on the Christmas parade.
We just posted the Turkey of the Year article on laughingplace.com, so you can find that, or if someone could share that in the comments.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
Look at some nice glasses you've got on there, Kyle.
Thank you. That's not a question, but...
Wow.
Good point.
What about the other of us who have glasses on? Are our glasses not nice?
Not as nice as his. Kyle's glasses have soul.
Yeah. These are the Privé Revaux soul glasses. If you look, they have the coloring kind of like the souls in Soul. And they don't have a prescription. They just block blue light from my computer, apparently.
There you go.
And you're still
Anyway,
standing.
so, yes. For Turkey of the... I just got it. Our Turkey of the Year, we look back at some of the smaller things that might have fallen through the cracks, some little weird things that happened at Disney or Disney did. So you can look over our list. Should I go through what our nominees were first, and then we can talk about any additions or comment on those? Does that sound like a good plan?
Yeah, we always start with the nominees because we want people to hang on till the end.
Yes. Okay. So I'll just go through what the headlines of the 5 nominees this year. And the first one is Lizzie McGuire reboot gets stalled. Second one is Club Run Disney, which I'm sure nobody remembers. Mandalorian Season 2 leaks, not like the whole season, but leaks leading up to the release of that. Disney Plus discontinues their free trial, and the Jungle Cruise boat takes on water at Magic Kingdom. So anyone have anything to say about those nominees before we get into some honorable mentions and other picks?
Sure, I'll get started. As the co-founder of Laughing Place, I was the first person to see Laughing Place. Therefore, I will be the first person to speak today. Disney Plus discontinuing their free trial. To call that a turkey, when I think that single-handedly made Disney Plus double the subscription level of Netflix because of Hamilton, would be a misstep. And maybe without that move, Disney would not exist today, given all the difficulties they've had this year. And whoever's doing that needs to mute. Who is it? Oh, look who's here.
Somebody's trying to do it.
So I'm just going to say that was an astute move by Disney and not necessarily a turkey.
So, Doobie, you're saying if not for them discontinuing the free trial, there wouldn't be a Disney right now?
I might be saying that.
I just think that if it's such a shame for all those people that can't afford the $6 to see to get Disney Plus, that they now have to pay $6, find $6 in their couch to afford a month of Disney Plus.
I have no doubt there are people who were not willing to pay $6 to watch Hamilton for a month who would have gone out to see it for $23 if it were in theater. Trying to figure out who this.
I would do both.
Failing. You guys hear it too?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
Go
one
check something.
muting everyone.
Stepping away.
No, it's not Becca.
I know. I'm gonna
Maybe
read
there-
Is it our newest edition?
No, it was started before him.
But anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and mention. I agree with you. That's why I actually said in the write up for this that this could just as easily be in the feats of strength that we do for Festivus each year. But at the same time, most I would say streaming services do have that, and the way they did it just kind of quietly, it makes sense. But it's also like, come on, throw us. I mean, especially like during the circumstances, I guess it just seemed little mean spirited.
I like the way now that Mike C has come on, it just makes Jeremiah the turkey of the year. By the way, the whistle seemed to be coming from Cole's stream, so I've temporarily muted him. But when you need to speak, Cole, feel free to unmute yourself. I like the Jungle Cruise takes on water. I mean, that's not the biggest story in the world, but given how little theme park news there was this year, the way that kind of took over the world for a while that is a perfectly fun turkey for the year.
Well, I also didn't realize. I thought that had happened after they reopened. It wasn't until I actually went back and looked and said, "Oh no, this happened February 27th." So this was like 2 weeks before the parks closed. So it's very poetic. But yeah.
Nice, Jeremiah. Try again.
There we go.
I don't remember Club Run Disney. What was that?
So Club Run Disney was the exclusive club that they had where you'd pay a membership fee for either, I think it was silver, gold, and a platinum status. You'd get a jacket and you'd get some exclusive you could purchase exclusive merchandise. You could register for Run Disney early, and then you could also get a a bump up to the next corral for your race, depending on I think some certain factors. But yeah, it was expensive. It was anywhere from $250 to $750 just to join Club Run Disney for added perks, and you still had to sign up for each race on its own. So
what happened to the people that signed up?
I think people still got their club status,
passes.
and they can still register for all of the upcoming races. I think it's kind of, like the annual passes, like Jeremiah said. I think that's what they're doing. They'll just extend it when Run Disney comes back. But yeah, come on.
You are a regular Run Disney participant, right, Becca?
I usually do one race or one half marathon a year, but I was not going to sign up for Run.
So you didn't pay the almost $800 for the top tier?
No.
Isn't that where somebody puts you on their back and runs for you?
That would be a good plan.
I'm going to be the voice of dissent on this one because it was a very popular idea with some of my friends who are incredibly passionate Run Disney fans and go to more than not. I would say there's probably maybe one race they don't go to. And so for them, the idea of paying this extra fee and then not having to be troubled or concerned with access to the event was very appealing, coupled with early access to the merchandise offerings for the events, which was also part of their interest in the Run Disney events. So this was really popular. They were very excited by it. And if not for the kind of the looming COVID and the concern as to whether or not we'd actually see Run Disney events, it was kind of, that's pretty much the only reason why they didn't end up signing for it. But I understand price point. I thought for me, I don't disagree that it is really pricey. But what I do wonder as a consumer is, given the interest level in their events, I wonder if this is a way to kind of keep from having to bump up the price too much more for just general access. Because if you can like take a percentage of your people who are coming and get them to pay a lot more, that to me would seem to kind of spread out the price, where it might still make it an affordable option for others without, even though because you can, it's not like you can allow more people to run. It's like you only have so many spots. So that's where, so I'm like the lone dissenter on the Run Me choice.
I wish Mike C were here, but let's talk a little bit about Mandalorian season 2 leaks. So I don't think it was necessarily plots or anything like that, but we did get some casting rumors and that led to character reveals for the second season. And I don't know about you guys, but I think that was a little disappointing, especially after they were able to keep Baby Yoda a secret so well during the first season before that premiered. So any thoughts on this?
I just feel sorry for Mike C, because I know how important it is for him to get spoiled to the point where he won't even look at the still frame that represents the episode until he watches the episode. And for him to be a Star Wars reporter for a major website must have been so difficult for him.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When did he get a second job?
What were you going to say, Cole? I thought I heard your voice.
So I am like Mike C in that I try not to look at anything. I even had to have about 12 people vet the trailer for me. Can you hear me or no? Because
Yes.
I know I was okay. So I had to have about 12 people vet the trailer for me before I could even watch it, because I was so worried about spoilers. And I was very disappointed to hear about Ahsoka before it came out and hear about Boba Fett, because I wanted to just have that instant reveal. I didn't want to say, oh, there's Boba Fett because they said he was going to show up. I wanted to be like, there's Boba Fett or there's Ahsoka. And it was a little disappointing that we didn't get that opportunity, because every character who's coming in is leaked, and it just really takes a lot of the fun out of it, I feel like.
What's funny to me is it proves that the child doesn't have an agent, right? Because it's usually like the actor's agent who leaks it, like, in order to get more roles, like, hey, they're in the Mandalorian, so, well, after they're done filming. So the child obviously didn't have an agent, because we were able to hold that one off forever. But once you have a human who's actually trying to get paid, then the kibosh is on.
Speaking of the child, I wish we had arranged. We have the child as a guest star on our Disney Trivia Live.
Totally.
I wish we had arranged. If he happens to be out there today, the child, and can come on the show, I can't tell you what a big thrill that would be.
Would love to find out his turkey.
Yeah.
I
So
suspect it'd be this.
I think his turkey may be the way he got treated just for trying to have lunch.
Oh, true. Trying to eat a few eggs.
Genocide, I say. Genocide.
Torture.
Trying to have a meal. And poor
I'm
guy.
They weren't realized yet.
I'm surprised the Williams Sonoma macarons didn't figure, but I guess that's not Disney. That's Williams Sonoma.
Oh, but it's
choice.
the child. So what was the deal with those? I mean, did you get like 6 macaroons for $112?
No, it was 12 for 50, right?
I know Mike did the math and made it very clear why
Were
he
they like taken from the child? Like, do you have pictures of them on set for $50? Trying to France million and get you
It's
some.
about double what a typical. I think it's about double the price point of a typical macaron.
It's just a novelty, like, right? Like there's nothing, like, you have no idea what they taste like. Like, you're either going to eat them
It's
or
like
they're going to
macarons, so it's already a downgrade.
I know. It'll just taste like a macaron, which are not. I don't find particularly delightful.
macaron.
And they're okay. Do you guys know where that comes from? Doobie, it says it that way. We can't. figure
Doobie, what's the difference between a macaroon and a macaron?
Apparently an O, because I had to put that twice on Facebook when I messed up the first time.
I like macaroons. I do not like macarons.
Yeah, macaroons I think usually are more candy-like, or you can have like coconut and all that stuff in there. But the macarons are the like egg white based cookie, and then you sandwich them together, and they're very, very fancy and very, very time consuming to make. Yes,
they're very time consuming and have very expensive ingredients, not just normal flour. They have almond flour, things like that.
Are macaroons definitionally coconut?
Macaroons,
I don't know. I think one of them, the way I remember it, is one of them looks like the Matterhorn, and one of them is the president of France.
Exactly.
So
That's
really,
dramatic. That's a good dramatic.
I want a limited edition Oreo cookie though, because they could use that vanilla ones that they do, and they could, make those kind of bluish, and then we could get like just a stylized Navarro nummy, but Oreo style.
so the two biggest topics on any Laughing Face live stream in the past month have been Life Day and macarons.
By the way, I want to take a moment. This is one of our regular live stream participants.
Hi, Tammy.
Australia doesn't even celebrate our Thanksgiving, yet here she is. So happy Thanksgiving to you, Tammy. Thank you very much for joining us from Australia. And Mike says, macaroons. Mac, feel free.
We should create our own version of the cookie, and they can be macaroons. LP macaroons.
Oh, with the Mac. That's clever.
Yeah.
Hey, at $100 a pop or whatever, I'm gonna
You'd have to
We'll
celebrate.
get a little video of him eating it, and after the roller coaster ride,
and then pukes on Tony Betty.
I don't think that's as cute. Sorry.
Would they be
I
like?
don't know. That could be pretty darn cute.
Are they venom flavored or something?
Venom
That's all I know about Mac. Is he likes Marvel and the Yankees? So never mind.
So I think we've covered four of our nominees, but let's back up for a second and talk about Lizzie McGuire before we get on to some dishonorable mentions and some other selections. So back in January, Lizzie McGuire.
Nice lens flare there, Rebecca.
I know.
Wow.
Well,
J.J.
Abrams
Abrams.
produced,
Natalie, her inner J.J. Abrams.
Sorry.
Sorry. Anyway, back in January, Lizzie McGuire production shut down not because of COVID, incidentally, but because the showrunner and the original show creator left. Reports suggest that the 2 episodes that she delivered were a little too adult for Disney Plus. This led Hilary Duff and other people from the show to be like, well, why don't you just move us to Hulu like you did with Love Simon and with or Love Victor and High Fidelity, and nothing else has come out since. So we don't know if the Lizzie McGuire show is happening or not, and I think that's disappointing.
That was also supposed to be this year. That was teased in coming in 2020.
Yeah. We got all the photos from the set and all these teases about who was coming back, and now
Was Lizzie McGuire the one where parts of it were animated?
yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, her 13-year-old self was going to return and talk to the inner self, whatever was going to talk to the.
So Hilary Duff was Lizzie McGuire.
Yes.
She's the one that had the good life, right? Not who was the other one that was the kid star that didn't have such a good life?
I don't know.
Who was the
Hilary
one
Duff
that Herbie Rice again? Who was in Herbie?
Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan, not the same person, right?
Right.
Not the same person at all. Both have singing careers and both have appeared in adult, not adult movies, but have in adult roles.
Breaking news. Yeah, but no, but Hillary's schedule must be pretty busy anyway. With or did Younger finally finish? Because she seemed like
She's working on Younger, and she's pregnant right now.
Yeah, so I wonder if that's not kind of making it as if it isn't complicated enough to try and do things in the COVID era. I suspect adding those layers to it have made it even that much more difficult now. So we'll see.
You're gonna have to wait till the baby's born.
All right. So are you guys thinking that we won't see it, or are you thinking that it's just been delayed because of all of these hurdles?
I think it just hasn't been worth revisiting yet because of everything, but also ever since then, the entire company, especially the Disney Plus, has restructured. So I think hopefully it'll be something they revisit once, it's feasible. Once it's not going to be just more of a pain to try to resume, I'm hoping that they can figure out a solution. Hey, maybe we'll find out more on December 10th.
What's December 10th?
December 10th, Disney is holding a big investor day where they are going to be announcing lots of things related to direct-to-consumer, which in layman's terms means streaming services at the moment.
Yeah, because it's interesting. I mean, Kyle brings up a good point. Now that Disney television, only is making the shows, and it's not their job to figure out a place for them. They can go ahead and make it, and then go, "Hey guys, so where do you want to put it?"
Yeah.
I'm really wishing Mac was here right now, because one of the things that did not make our list, it was like a pre-nominee, was a Marvel item, and that would be Howard the Ducky, and the fact that he did not come to fruition as what had been announced. Maybe Kyle, since you cut him from the list, you can tell us a little bit of background.
That's all I remember. There was 4 Hulu shows that were announced. I believe all of them were animated, and then the 4 were going to cross over into a show called The Offenders. And then earlier this year, half of those got cut. So I think MODOK is the one that's moving forward, as well as
I think Hit Monkey is still.
Yeah.
Okay, so then what was the other one? There was Howard the Duck got canceled, and is it Dazzler or something?
Tigra, sorry.
I think it's Tigra.
And so in theory, this would also mean that The Offenders is also not happening. So yeah, I mean, I don't know enough to know what that means, but I know that Howard the Duck is a known, if not polarizing figure.
Classic is the correct term.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, we all saw the movie. It was one of the biggest movies of its time.
I've seen it.
Leah Thompson, right?
I have Howard the Duck right up there. He's up in my corner, always watching over me.
Yeah.
So this show got canceled once Kevin Feige took creative control of Marvel Television. So,
not a bad move.
Maybe he knows something we don't.
Did you see the still though? It was Howard the Duck. I don't want to share my screen for some reason, but it was Howard the Duck.
For some reason.
And he's got a mug on a playbill. You get it?
Was that the one that was Kevin Smith working on?
Yeah, Spider-Man's looking in through the window. His mug has the word duck kind of jumbled up, and so it looks a bit provocative.
Yeah, that was definitely a Hulu show. That wouldn't fly on the Plus. Yes, Cole.
I have something. Before we move to the honorable mentions, I didn't get a chance to talk about the Jungle Cruise and how I think that wasn't really a turkey that the water came in. I think that was actually a great sign, because what better way to immerse in the realism of going through a dangerous trek through the jungle than water taking on in the boat? I mean, that would be the best experience of your life. I don't know what people were complaining about. It seems pretty obvious that that's a win right there.
I mean, that was back when we thought that Jungle Cruise was still coming out this year. So maybe it was supposed to be like a stunt that they were going to release on a YouTube thing.
Exactly.
That's what happens when you put too much rock in a Jungle Cruise boat.
I wanted to get to sink on a boat because I figure you get some free Disney clothes out of it, and that seemed like a good deal to me. I'd make that trade any day.
It's all positives. It's all positive here.
And the tetanus shot is always fun too.
So let's get into our stated honorable or dishonorable mentions. First of all, I know Doobie had something to say. We have Kevin Mayer leaving on the list, but as I said, the exec's departure for TikTok earlier this year might have made our list if it had not been a bigger misstep for him than it was for Disney.
I realize this is about Kevin Mayer leaving for TikTok and all the stuff that happened there, but I just want to give some credit to TikTok, which, looking at the average age of this group here is clearly we are the target demographic. And TikTok and Quibi got me through the first 2 months of this pandemic. Every day I woke up, while I laid in bed, I did some TikToking, not making, but a lot of watching TikToks. I know a lot of new dances now. I'd show you, but I'm not. And then I would get up, go in the garage, do some Pop-A-Shot while watching some Quibi. And if it weren't for that, I'm not sure I would have mentally got through the first 2 months of the pandemic. So thank you, Kevin Mayer. Thank you, Jeffrey Katzenberg. And thank you, Mr. Papa.
Can we
Can
we do a live stream of Doobie's Day when this happens again? Because that sounds amazing.
That's the ultimate inside LP.
Did you like this or like this?
Always like this.
We kept saying we should have some fun and share with you guys our live stream of the head-to-head Pop-A-Shot tournament Doobie and I had to.
I wouldn't have made it without it. There comes JJ again.
Becca has been developing a new TikTok craze. Can you preview the Yoshi for us?
Oh, please.
I have to stand up to do that, but on the Mario Party, he does this like Yoshi, and then he like turns his back to the cameras when you. So I'm like, yeah, I just need to do a little like jump twist and then Yoshi.
It's gonna be big.
You needed the back lens flare for that though.
Yes, I know. I might have to.
Thank you for percepting that, Jeremiah.
This is the second time we've seen this. I'm being a little bit concerned.
No disagreement here, Connor.
So I'm going to need visual aid for this next honorable mention. If you can pop that up, because I don't know how. I'm sharing my tab. There we go. So when our own Mike Celestino went to go see this preview of Onward back when, you know, that was going to be a big hit. This is at Disneyland. And if you notice, it says exclusive sneak peek, but it's spelled P-E-A-K. And we didn't know if it was a pun or not because we hadn't seen the movie at that point. So we thought maybe they were being clever, but it turns out it was just a typo.
So about 5 years ago, when Disney Springs here had a Cars 3 preview, they did the exact same thing where it was sneak peek. And we all sat there for the longest time and talked to every single manager that walked by that was in charge of the event going, is this supposed to be some pun that we miss? And they're like, what do you mean? And I just gave up halfway through. I was like, really?
I mean, there's been lots of signage errors at Disney. I remember one that sticks out to me is when they were doing Pixar Fest. They had Sully, but they spelled his name wrong. And also, you can find pictures online of like Epcot where it says Ekpot and all sorts of weird things.
There was Animal Kingdom signs that happened 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's like both understandable and not. You're like, yeah, I understand you're ordering a lot of signage and replacing it all the time. But also, how many people did this have to go through that nobody noticed?
I remember Dinosaurs where we spelled CTX, and that one was a big surprise.
Mountain
on the shirt.
No, that was a merchandise line though, right? That was a merchandise.
That doesn't go through as many.
Tomorrowland, they did that for Tomorrowland too. They did a sweatshirt of Disneyland with all the land names around it, and they spelled Tomorrowland wrong. So yeah.
So the next one, what did we?
Cynthia Harris with one S.
Wow, that's
there's also there's an ABC promo right now for The Chase where it spells James Holzhauer's name wrong. And he put up a tweet that's like, oh, I just looked over my contract. It says my name must be in the same font and size as the other contestants. I must blah, blah, blah. It needs to be spelled right. And he was like, oh, nope, that wasn't included. So I'm going to have to talk to my agent.
These things happen. It just proves even imagining.
Speaking of commercials, my heart dropped a little bit the other day. I was watching television and this commercial came on for a dishwasher. And the music underneath the ad was "Be Our Guest."
It was kind of neat.
It was a lovely rendition of "Be Our Guest" as they were loading the dishes from their party into a dishwasher.
Why did this bother you?
Well, because it's just, I don't know. Sometimes there's just some songs you're like, you feel like they're up here and becoming commercial jingles is a bit saddening. Okay. So that's all. That's
Disney's never been commercial.
What, Becca?
I was just going to say, it's supposed to be the start of the entertaining, not the end of the entertaining. Like,
it's like
now that you're here, we'll wash your dishes. No.
You don't have a problem. Hi ho, it's off to work we go. Hi ho, hey ho, it's home from work we go.
Yep. So there you go. So it's just a moment. Just a moment.
I love to find a Disney song in a commercial. It always makes me happy.
Sorry, go ahead.
Most of them do, but for some reason, this one made me a little sad.
Too good for a commercial?
Maybe. Kind of like Rocketeer with that Rocket one. That one's another one.
That one's bad. What do you think of that, Elton?
Me?
Everybody
You're talking about me? Should I get my hat on?
Elton glasses.
Cole's going to indulge you. Here we go.
Please.
He's going to get on his.
Oh, yes.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
There's some.
Now you know. Now you know.
Nice.
If you don't know, now you know, Mr. Elton.
That hat kind of looks like Mushmouth's hat.
I thought it was Paddington.
Yeah, it used to have a lot more life to it. It's kind of died a little bit. It's a little disappointing. It also just got licked all over me.
Oh, Maya throwing out the Fat Albert reference.
It looked like it.
What were you saying, Benji?
I said,
Fun fact, Fat Albert was filmed at my high school.
What's the next one, Kyle?
Moving right along, Kyle.
Is it should be snowing? WandaVision coming in 2021, which was not a production delay as far as we know. But the reason that this made the list was because mere weeks before they announced the January release date, they explicitly and made a point of saying that it was coming in 2020 still. So come on now. Why are you getting our hopes up? And then bait and switch.
Maybe they meant fiscal. No, that would still be wrong. Never mind.
That'd be even wronger.
That would be wronger.
Even wronger.
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 Wronger?
Wronger.
Hello, for those of you just tuning in, we are running down our 2020 Turkeys of the Year. It's an annual tradition here at Laughing Place where we find the events that Disney did throughout the year, plus, since it's really since the last turkey, it could have been December of last year, that are worthy of a little bit of special attention from the LP crew. We get our nominees together, we get into a room, we duke it out. The last man standing gets, or woman, gets to proclaim this is this year's turkey. And we are working our way there as we go through our nominees, and we will culminate with the turkey choice. So if you have any turkeys that you feel we've missed or that you want to specifically point out, that's what the comments are for. Let us know. Put them in the comments. We'll pop them on the screen. We'll have a discussion. So that's all.
I never was filmed. I thought it was animated.
There's a movie. Have you never seen the Kenan
The movie with Kenan Thompson. Yeah, the track scenes were filmed at my high school.
Really? Does Kenan Thompson play Bill Cosby?
Yeah.
Cole, did you know that there was a cartoon before the movie, Cole?
I did know that. Yes.
Okay. Cole being the young person here, I just thought I would.
I am. Even though it's my birthday, I'm still the young one.
By far.
So the last one on our list of nominees is also, as these are the honorable mentions, I should say. This is also the latest development, which is that McDonald's was forced to pull their Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway toys because of the QR code that came inside of it. Apparently, it had errors if you didn't follow the direction.
Put it back. Scan this code, everybody.
McDonald's app.
It's perfectly fine to scan it in the app. Scanning outside the app gives unpredictable results apparently.
So it's unclear when those will be back. It might already be back, but what then?
Now, in a way, this isn't really a turkey because at some point these toys might come back and we can post a new article and perhaps get a whole new set of 1 million views on it, and that would be very pleasant for us.
But in the meantime, how did that happen?
An easy no.
I think they were delayed because there's also something about the expiration date of the sweepstakes. So I think maybe something there, and then if they're expecting people to scan it in the app, and they're like, oh wait, why would people actually follow the directions?
Right.
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious that these were designed to be released shortly after Runaway Railway opened, but then Disney World was closed shortly after Runaway Railway opened, and so they held it back. But I still think they would have had the sort of people not realizing you're supposed to scan it in the app problem. But part of it's the way they label it. They say scan this code. They don't say scan the code in the app.
Then that's a good point. Oh, ouch. Ouch. Sorry, a comment that just came in. But that aside, these toys are perhaps like some of the greatest McDonald's toys ever created, right? These are awesome for us theme fans.
I'm loving them.
Really?
Yeah, I like that Minnie Mouse in the dinosaur vehicle. I know that's not exactly a Runaway Railway thing,
and
but
Aladar in there, the head moves.
Yeah.
It's nice that Dinosaur has returned home to its McDonald's overlord.
Yes.
I like the one with Daisy in the Soarin' vehicle. That's the one I'm on the lookout for.
I finally got the Jungle Cruise boat, which is fun because as you push it, the boat pops up and down because there's a hippo underneath it.
Oh, cute!
Does it take on water if you put it in your sink?
Yes, it does.
I think.
And then if you're in a place where you can actually go inside your McDonald's, they have little hats.
Cool.
I may be leaving shortly to go get my cool hats.
I went to go check out which Toys R Us had, and they just had those sitting on the counter. I'm like, what are these? And they're like, oh, you can take them. I did.
Nice.
Does anyone have any additional shout outs for turkeys that they would like to talk about before we do the big reveal?
Yes. So as one of the primary people that does the studio set portion of Disney Park Walk and Talks, I have a personal nomination for a turkey, a couple of turkeys that were done live on the air. I'm sorry. I should have had these prepared, but I'm almost ready. So first of all, Jeremiah is usually the one who is in the parks, and he is a nonstop font of joy.
Ahoy! Oh, no. Thank you very much. Oh.
And then the most recent one, which I don't have audio for, but it was Jeremiah going on Rise of the Resistance. And actually, was it Jeremiah who asked or Mike who asked if people mouth along with the spiel yet?
It was Mike.
Then Jeremiah then looks around and realizes that everyone's wearing a mask, and
I just kind of pan like, yes.
So quality turkey there. We're going to enjoy that later.
I have one too. This is just for Tony. Just Rise of Resistance in general. Nailed it.
So are you calling Rise the turkey or Tony's opinion of Rise?
Tony's opinion, but also Rise of Skywalker in real life is my turkey of the year, because if we're going back to December, Rise of Skywalker is definitely a turkey for me. It was not a fan.
Was that December of last year?
Wow.
Oh my, this year shaken. Mm-hmm. Rise of Skywalker, that's not a bad nomination. We do have to go all the way back to last Thanksgiving. That's not a bad nomination. It's the end of a 9-episode saga plus 2 mini episodes. Mm-hmm. Might be disappointing.
I don't think it goes as far as a turkey of the year, but I've got to admit that I've been surprised by the continuing disappointment that fans seem to have with Shop Disney experiences on like exclusive days.
Everything.
Like just every time there's like this, all these things are going to open at 7 a.m. or something. I feel like my Twitter timeline just becomes full of everybody's frustration. I
woke up at 3 o'clock to order a pin set that I didn't get for like 4.5 months. So really.
Oh, and that was I finally purchased something off of Shop Disney, and after hearing my friends share all of these tales of woe, I couldn't believe it. A week later, I got a package with my T-shirt, and I was like, "Oh, okay." I had no idea.
I will say there's something changed because, like, for the last month, they've been very prompt.
Okay.
Issues. Like, I think finally, I don't know if Kareem's replacement just like went in and just fixed it all or what happened, but it's a whole new ball game over there.
Well, and I'm very excited about this Instacart option because that same day like impulse buy is a
delivery.
Because otherwise, what happens is you go to buy something and you're like, well, it's not going to come for another month, and you can talk yourself out of it. But the idea that I could wear this over the weekend, it causes me to make more purchases. So they'll make more money out of me with Instacart. That's probably.
Can I nominate another turkey? Or
Bob
Iger leaving the CEO position.
Did he?
No, I think he's the winner of the year, isn't he?
Yeah.
Genius.
Timing would be the turkey of the year.
If we find out that he went to China in January and was like,
we have lied. I have
because he sees the virus happening.
Maybe edit.
I have a non-turkey, something we thought sure would end up being a turkey that actually turned out Disney got right, and that was handling the reopening of Buena Vista Street. I expected that to be a complete disaster, and I think overall Disney's done a really nice job, and it's worked out well. So
Disney did a good job. The fans were not happy.
You must be Mike's wife, and not Mike.
Right?
Yeah, I was going to say, Mike was locked out for 3 hours.
It depends on which side of the resort you were on, too.
I realize that, but the fact is he got in, and many people got in. It took a while, but people got in. I totally expected people to get in and stay in. And the fact that Disney didn't put a pay gate on it like they do at Knott's, with making it a meal ticket or some kind of way handling it that people would not get in. And I was wrong. Disney was right. And it's gone, I think, fairly well.
And I was envisioning news stories like we saw back when Kiss had that, Kiss FM had that Halloween, dress in a costume and get into Disneyland free kind of scenario. Not quite as intense because you're just getting into a shopping district that happens to be in a park. But I really did anticipate that we'd have a lot more kind of tension, maybe road ragey type incidents, that kind of scenario going down. And I was very, very pleased to see it went rather smoothly. People seem to be invested in the wait, and it was handled clearly. So it's
social
cool.
club versus social club.
Right.
I have a tiny turkey. There were 2 edits in Hamilton. One was very smooth, and the other just sounded a little off. They didn't get the edit quite right, so that's a tiny turkey.
Tiny turkey.
I care a lot about him.
I agree.
Are we ready for the big reveal, or should I go through the 5 official nominees again?
No.
Why don't you go through very quickly for those who are joining us late, and
We'll sit
then
here quietly.
ceremonially open up the envelope and give
Yeah.
us a winner.
We'll sit here
Okay.
and read it correctly.
Not Kevin Harvey style.
Right.
Did it be
So,
La La Land?
Steve.
Kevin Harvey?
Steve Harvey.
His name is Steve.
There's an irony there.
Yeah, so the 5
A new
official
nominee
nominees.
for Turkey.
Yeah, the 5 official nominees
If you did it on purpose.
are Lizzie McGuire reboot gets stalled, Club Run Disney, The Mandalorian Season 2 leaks, Jungle Cruise boat takes on water at Magic Kingdom, and Disney Plus continues its free trial. And as soon as I get scrolled far enough down to reveal the winner, and if I hit the correct button, the turkey of the year is Everything COVID Ruined.
Hey,
Not me.
it's a surprise.
As it says, wait, how did something that wasn't even nominated ended up taking the turkey trophy? It's 2020. Plans change.
You got it. That is so true.
Can I share a different picture for you?
Yes.
This could be frightening.
Maybe.
I know,
Yeah,
I'm
this will
scared.
definitely go through the gate.
Oh,
No.
Doobie doesn't like it.
The coronavirus itself.
so true. Oh, what a turkey. Yep.
That was cruel.
And apparently you kicked the birthday boy off the
I
stream.
know. Poor
Na, na,
birthday boy.
na.
But this was fun. I enjoyed chatting these things with you guys.
I don't think there's much to say about it.
What did coronavirus ruin?
Everything. No, as I said,
Everything.
it's this article and this stream are meant to be fun, so we're not going to go through all of the. Obviously, it goes way beyond the Disney company and the postponements and cancellations and layoffs, and affects people all around the world. So we don't want to bring it down, but of course, COVID-19 is the turkey of the year.
Kyle, do you think we will be able to make it to the 2021 Kansas City, Missouri tour, May 7th through the 9th of the dance competition? Oh.
Oh,
I have my own personal turkey to bring up with COVID-19, and this is just very personal, and it's very trivial compared to everyone. But I was supposed to go. No, but I was supposed to go to Shanghai, Hong Kong, and Tokyo in May to June of this year, and it didn't happen. And it was going to be perfect because it was going to be before I started a new job, and it didn't happen. So that's my personal turkey and why I'm cursing COVID. So, it's very trivial in the grand scheme of things, but I'm still very sad about it.
hey.
Cole was also in Disneyland Paris as the president was announcing that they were locking down travel from Europe.
That is true. Yes, I was in Paris when they said that there was a travel ban to come back to America. So, I made it back, but it was a little scary for a little while.
I'd forgotten about the what's Cole's status.
I was alive. I made it.
No, that's amazing.
Yeah, I think you say trivial, and in the whole scheme of things, it certainly is trivial. But I think everyone on this screen has had their travel plans affected by the situation, as we choose to call it.
Yeah.
Like the Jersey Shore character, the situation.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All the way from jail. He's
Good night,
affected.
everybody.
We've all developed rock hard abs. And it's
Belly belly.
Oh yeah, while you're here, subscribe and ring the belly belly.
Ring the belly belly.
Make sure you like our stream and tell your friends to watch any other show, but apparently this one.
I'm gonna tell people we have a different group over here, so I'm gonna go real quick. Way over there is Jeremiah, who has Theme Parks 101 every Wednesday at 5:30.
Yes, and the person below me is my my sidekick.
That's Cole.
I went
there.
with sidekick. That was my chosen term, was sidekick.
Okay, cool.
Down there we have Fanboy, who started a new show with Rebecca here called Inside LP. They've only had one episode.
No, in-depth.
In-depth, you're right. In-depth LP.
In-depth.
LP in-depth.
Yeah,
All
thank
right.
you. No,
I've
it's
only had
okay.
one show so far, but I'm a
Building
huge
culture.
fan of it. I think that's probably one of the best concept shows we've created so far, even if you can't. Hopefully the lighting's better when you guys do that show for down there.
He
And
also co-hosts Marvel Time with Mac, right?
Yes,
Yes.
and is our fill-in co-host for anything, and is our expert on whenever we have to do business stuff and all that.
Oh yeah,
So-
whenever business news comes out, Kyle and Ben do an excellent job of helping fans understand why it's relevant in their life.
Wait, Jeremiah, you've been to the international parks already? So Jeremiah also co-hosts what's that show called? Dig a Little Deeper, where we look at an attraction and go a little bit deeper. Right now it's every Sunday at 4:30 p.m. These are all Pacific time with me and my wife. My favorite new shows.
Or as the case may be.
Huh?
Or 4 as the case may be.
Yeah, well, at 4:30, it's still going. Right, Kyle? 24 hours, 24-hour party. My favorite new show stars the two Rebeccas. What's it called, guys? I'll let you promote your own show.
It's called Barely Necessities. It's a show where we browse Disney merchandise, and we're actually going to be back tomorrow with a special Friday edition, and we're going to try and tag Jeremiah to come and get us a little in-park browsing. So,
Not just any Friday.
Yep, no,
Ooh.
that's true. Yeah, it is.
What more do you want to say about it, Becca?
You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at /Disney Merch Show. So if you want to just stay up to date with all the Disney merchandise from Laughing Place, check that out too.
And then over there is Kyle, who is too busy to have a show. So
Kyle just has to do everything and take care of all of us and our problems.
I just lose my news test people to the shows. That's all.
I'll just answers everything in gifts, so it's fine.
there would be no shows without Kyle. He is the guy who heads the department that supplies everything that gives us something to talk about on the show. So we all appreciate Kyle, even if we don't let him on the air.
And your son.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about I have another show I do, Disney Trivia Live, every Tuesday and Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time with my son Gideon and my wife Rebecca off camera. Yes, the show that started it all here at LP
Yes.
as far as live shows.
And on Mondays, you'll find me talking Mandalorian news and merchandise with our Star Wars editorial director, Mike Celestino. And then he comes back and joins me again on Thursdays to make sure that we stay up to date on everything that's happening in the world of Star Wars. So always lots going on here at the Laughing Place YouTube channel.
Yeah,
so
we forgot
be sure
one.
to subscribe, ring the bell. We forgot one.
Disney Parks Live every Monday at 4.
Oh yeah, we do that too.
LP Movie Talk every Monday at 7:30
Oh
with
yeah,
a rotating crew of characters.
Lots of stuff.
Tomorrow I'm beating
Yeah,
up.
I feel like we don't have enough shows.
You're
what's
right.
next?
Naf Walters is coming in.
Thanks, Naff Walter.
So basically, yeah, the moral of the story is make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the bell so you're notified when we do go live. And I want to thank everyone, all of you guys, for joining me for this, and thank everyone for watching. And scroll up in the comments. You can read more about all of these turkey nominees. And have a happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, from all of us. To all of you. Happy Thanksgiving.
And is it true you can't fly? Am I right on this?
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
Well, you're going to eat all these little raptors today, too.
Ew. Looks like a big turkey with wings.
Who's hitting?
Good night,
I know
everybody.
somebody gonna end the show.
Hit the end
We're just all going to wave and